Hey, what's going on? Nefarious Wes here. Now, I can't believe that I've been doing this for 3 years. That's right, on September 29th, 2015, I released what I consider to be my first real video, where I reviewed a NES classic, The Adventures of Lolo. And ever since I started that review, I have just been going. I've been making reviews, I've done the comparison videos, and I've been having a blast. I obviously love doing this. I love making videos because I've been doing it consistently for the past 3 years. Even though I have burned myself out a few times, I have a real passion for it, and I plan on going for however long in the foreseeable future. So I thought it would be really fun to celebrate my 3rd anniversary by looking back at some of my videos and for me to go over the 10 that are my favorites that I've created. So I thought it was a lot of fun to look back at my back catalog and rewatch some of these old videos and then just decide which ones that stand out to me the most, which ones mean the most to me, which ones I had the most fun making, and the ones that I feel that still hold up very well today. So, you know what? Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and let's take a look. Every October I release only Halloween-related videos, and 2 years ago I adhered to that trope by reviewing Splatterhouse for the PS3. Now, if you've ever played Splatterhouse, then you already know that the game is completely over-the-top gory, with ridiculous tongue-in-cheek toilet humor.
Oh, these things hurt!
Oh, I'm sorry. Did your vagina just say something?
How could I possibly review such a game with a serious tone? The answer was simply, I couldn't. Matching the silliness of the dialogue in Splatterhouse, including all of the gratuitous profanity laced within, on top of sex and violence, I had a ton of fun with this one, and it shows. Why resort to simple vivisection when you can fist a beast shoulder deep? Now that's sodomy. The review is peppered with the same type of nonsense heard throughout the entire game, additionally with nods to some of the metal bands who have music tracks in it.
Municipal waste is gonna fuck you up!
Make sure the kids are out of the house if you're gonna watch this one. The second episode of I Haven't Played This Game in Years was for a game that I hadn't touched in 18. For some reason I wanted to give Castlevania 64 another chance since vowing I would never play it again after I beat it back in 99. Once I had completed both Reinhardt and Carrie's campaigns this time around, I was ready to cover every inch of the game, which I pretty much did. I basically summarized the entire adventure, save for the final boss cause it's just too damn cool to spoil, and share my thoughts as I painfully made my way through the game. I use a lot of humor to circumvent my anger in most of it, although genuine rage does come out in this one. Jumping from tower to tower is a game of fucking chance. Will I make the jump this time? Or will I fall to my death? What am I jumping to? No one knows. That's half the fun, sucker. I also used a lot of the fantastic artwork that was created for this game and sprinkled it throughout. This video will definitely appeal more to people who have played through Castlevania 64. YouTube really brought the hammer down on content creators back in August 2017 with some bullshit algorithm that would seek out offensive content and then demonetize or limit monetization on those videos. This was a knee-jerk reaction to advertisers wanting to pull their ads from YouTube as a result of the horse shit that was being spewed from a big YouTuber, PewDiePie's mouth. The algorithm was a joke, deeming anything from innocuous tutorials to puppy videos as not suitable for all advertisers. This video here was made specifically to test the algorithm, as I purposely made it as offensive as I could without having to worry about it being taken down by YouTube. The video was considered advertiser friendly from the get-go, and has been monetized ever since it was published. Way to police your content, YouTube. Anyway, this video is fucking hilarious, and I still laugh every time I watch it. My inaugural episode of I Haven't Played This Game in Years covered both Resident Evil 2 and 3, as I hadn't played either in about 15 years or so. My lukewarm reaction to Resident Evil 2 lit a fire under Lucius T's ass, however, as it was evident to him that I hadn't played through the B mode of the game.
Unbeknownst to him, he played the game wrong again. He played the A side on Leon and the A side on Claire.
Pardon my ignorance? What? Embarrassed that I hadn't played the game properly, I immediately dived back into it to rectify my error. The result? A summarization of the entire B mode for Resident Evil 2, loaded with comparisons to A mode, coupled with my off-putting sense of humor.
Claire! Wait!
Man, Leon really has a way with the ladies, doesn't he?
Ada, wait! Ada, wait! Ada, wait! Claire! Wait! Man, why doesn't anyone ever listen to me?
I feel your pain, brother. I'm still grateful that Lucius schooled me on Resident Evil 2 at the beginning of the video, cause now that I know what's up, I really love this game. And this video. I'm a huge GoGo 13 fan, so I had been wanting to cover Duke Togo's games on the NES for a while. Combining my knowledge of Tako Saito's creation, along with my memories of having first played these games as a kid, and then later as an adult, I feel that this is definitely one of my more cohesive and concise reviews. I had a lot of fun putting this one together, using many editing techniques and trying out a few new things. And of course, I had to make jokes. How could you not for these games? But probably the most heinous infraction of them all is when Duke picks up a pack of cigarettes and smokes.
And you, sir, are worse than Hitler.
Oh! And yeah, there's a gore sample in there as well. You know me.
Always remember to draw those swastikas turning to the right, not to the left. Always to the right.
While I hardly encourage anyone to step over their own grandmother to pick up these games, the review itself makes Top Secret Episode and the Moffat Conspiracy both look like gems. I had always been intrigued by how similar Codename Viper had been to Rolling Thunder as a kid, so I really enjoyed doing research for this one. Comparing two different games is a lot more difficult than it looks, but with how many striking similarities are present between Thunder and Viper, I was able to compare the two by breaking up the comparisons into different categories. I feel that I cover pretty much all you need to know about the history between these two games, and if that sort of thing interests you and you've yet to see this one, then I definitely recommend checking it out. After some dipshit troll decided that he was going to argue with me about how Ghosts and Goblins, the NES version, was so vastly different from the arcade one that the two couldn't even be considered the same game, I made a video to prove my point. Can't argue with facts, can you, asshole? Again, the layout is exactly the same in both versions, down to the placement of the green monsters.
Don't you ever get tired of being wrong all the time?
But hey, thanks buddy, because you inspired me to make one of my best videos. I put a lot of love into this one by incorporating tons of the fantastic artwork associated with Ghosts and Goblins, combined with my patented lowbrow humor. I dive deep into this one, comparing stage layouts, enemy placements, and the soundtrack to prove that, yes indeed, the two versions are very similar to one another. You know, I'll never understand taking pride in being wrong.
Oh my god, I put so much work and effort into this video that its low view count is absolutely criminal. On my Let There Be Shooters series, I cover 3 shooters, usually with silly stupid skits in between. This is a series that I just like to have fun with, and it shows. I went way outside of my comfort zone with this one, first covering the NES classic Gunsmoke, before going into a super sexy intro for Elemental Master, where I voice 3 different characters, poorly I might add, and set up the narrative.
I have no time to waste on you. We will meet again, if you live that long.
Roki, please wait!
King Lorelei's heroic sorcerer Ariag had betrayed him and liberated the Harvesters of Yira. Lorelei's strongest knight Layden discovers that this traitor is actually his brother Roki, and he must be stopped no matter the cost. Layden sets out on a quest to retrieve Yunos' elemental powers to vanquish Yira and become the Elemental Master.
I also tried some different stuff for my live skit and go deep into some Firepower 2000. Yeah, these episodes tend to run a bit long, but they're meant to be enjoyed in front of the TV with a beer or bong in your hand, or hell, even both, while relaxing. If you haven't seen this video yet, do yourself a favor and check it out. The video that easily garners the most hate, I made this comparison after asking myself for the umpteenth time, is Metroid Fusion better than Super Metroid? Cause damn it, every time I played Fusion I would ask myself that question without really wanting to face the answer. I decided to go ahead and break the two down, which was an almost insurmountable task. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I learned that comparing 2 different games was very difficult to do, as I missed a ton of important info, and even some nuances that I never thought of, simply because of how differently I play these games from others. That's right, I don't give a shit about speedruns or sequence breaking. But I do have to credit this video with also teaching me a lot of what to do with a video and what not to do. Definitely don't wait to make a video for a game that you captured footage for 3 months ago. You're gonna forget a lot more than you think. But overall, I feel that the video was extremely ambitious for me at the time, and I'm still immensely proud with how it turned out in the end. If you can hang on to the whip for the majority of the game, the 1%ers are going to have to find other ways to show off to their affluent and pretentious acquaintances. Thankfully though, the animals that you rescue will sometimes assist you in your plight against Rappo. Also, each time a key is placed within a lock in the arcade version, its corresponding piece of the cage will be removed. The cage stays intact until completed in the NES one. The NES version? Gone. No Wimpy.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
I guess he couldn't pay off his hamburger debt and is now mysteriously missing. How could a video that I poured over 100 hours worth of work into not be my favorite? Having grown up with the Genesis version of the Immortal and then having owned the NES version for 20 years, I felt it was time to check that one out, and it ended up turning into a versus matchup between the Genesis and Nintendo Entertainment System. Reaper or Geezer? Reaper or Geezer? If my Super Metroid vs. Fusion video was ambitious, then this one is on a plane of its own. I cut out so many sprites in this one, dug up artwork from the instruction manual, grabbed clips from other sources, and put it all together to not only compare the 2 versions of the game, but to also summarize the entire adventure in my strange yet humorous style.
Now let's just get the hell out of here.
I obviously love to do that sort of video, as there are already 2 others like it on this list. And I really get into this one because it's a 2-parter, almost 45 minutes altogether. Yes, this is one of my earliest videos, so there are a ton of things I would love to ameliorate, such as ditching the filter and improving my atrocious on-camera presence. I also tried out a ton of new stuff, most of which worked extremely well. I still love this Transformers transition that I created, or this toasty part that I added during the final confrontation. Toasty! I also used a lot of transparency effects to tell certain parts of the story where I felt that the video needed some more visual flair. While the Immortal video clearly isn't my best one, it was definitely a learning experience for me, and for all of the labor and love I put into it, it's easily my favorite.
So there you go, those 10 videos are my favorites. Those are the favorite ones that I have made over the years. And I'm gonna ask you guys now, what video of mine is your favorite, or what video is the one that kept you coming back for more? I'm curious to know what video got you started on Nefarious Wes, so let me know in the comments below. But I do want to thank everyone for supporting me over the past 3 years, for supporting the Patreon, for doing donations, for leaving comments, for either liking or disliking my videos. I really appreciate it. It helps me out tremendously. And I plan on doing this for a while, so as long as you guys are willing to stick around and watch this old guy talk about old video games, then hell, we'll be fine, you know? We'll be fine. So anyway, thanks again everybody for tuning in, for sticking around, for supporting me. I'll definitely be back with some more stuff. So until next time, I'll catch all of you guys later.